I decided I'll do another one of these little mini reviews. Another 2 volumes of the Transformers Definitive. Volume 3, Dinobot Hunt. Volume 4, Second Generation. So, on with it. Okay. As with the first two, you get the usual introduction. Well, the first two was like the introduction, and then Volume 2 is when Shockwave had managed to not only conquer the Autobots, but also the Decepticons and took over as leader. So, now, pretty much moving on, it's still continuing. The Shockwave has captured Optimus Prime and is using the Matrix to create troops. So he can create Jetfire and the Constructicons. And Ratchet is trying to find the Dinobots. So here we go. Circuit Breaker is also created due to Shockwave's attack, and she swears revenge on all robots, regardless of their faction. This is the, if I remember correctly, this was the, this is the UK comics. And because the UK and US comics kind of like different release times, then the UK stories usually had other things going on. Okay. I'll try not to let this go on too long. The artwork was, you can see the artwork was beginning to improve. They were experimenting more, finding ways to make the characters more humanoid. When some areas they went back a little bit, and they would constantly experiment. They would constantly experiment with new styles and new ways to really tell the stories. And this is when Swoop was taken over for a brief time by a human. That guy. He would eventually go on to control the kind of this robotic, this robot called Centurion, who would be killed. Well, could we call non-sentient? Could we call it a non-sentient being, such as Centurion? And Dinobot Hunt, like where Sludge fell in love with a human. Very unusual, but it won't just take too long. Now into the US comics, where their storyline was still going. Where Buster Witwicky now had the Matrix transferred into his mind by Optimus, and Shockwave is still trying to leech as much from the Matrix as possible. He doesn't realise that what Optimus has done. When Jetfire attacks, Buster technically kind of kills him and then reconstructs him, like so. Eventually Jetfire becomes an Autobot when he doesn't agree with Shockwave's methods. Autobots manage to retrieve Optimus. Shockwave is defeated. Of course, Shockwave soon returns. Can never keep a good bad guy down. That's an image of a bit of a classic, isn't it? Then the second generation introduced the Combiners, as well as characters like Smokescreen, the first transform I ever had, Grapple, Hoist, Skids, Tracks. Now, the first story is like a man who manages to get a hold of Megatron, who's temporarily lost his memory following his defeat at Shockwave's hands. Because Megatron soon remembers who he is and is not happy at being used by a human. Because the guy uses him to commit robberies and get rich. It's all beginning to go rather badly for him. It's actually a nice little story. Megatron even actually shows mercy to him. But I'm just saying, like, you're so inferior, I've got better things to do than kill you. Each of these volumes shows quite some interesting stories, especially the original G1s, and you see where they were trying to go with the story arcs, how they were introducing characters, and the characterizations we're getting, especially when you think about it. At least in the comics, we got a little more character development than we got in the cartoon. Although in the cartoon, at least Hoist got a couple of episodes. That's the Grapple and Skids. Not Skids. Tracks. Skids got barely anything in the comics nor the cartoon. Not the cartoons. He was just kind of gone. Then there's another character who was introduced who calls himself the Robot Master, and he can control all the Transformers and everything. He doesn't. And the Decepticons capture him and use him as a kind of PR stunt. This storyline drags on for quite a while. And Shockwave soon returns as well. Bumblebee tends to take a lot of punishment in the comics. Pity the movie one doesn't. More electric covers, and this is where the combiners would start to be introduced bit by bit. And a story where Buster gets a robot suit of his own. Tries to take on the Decepticons, but this doesn't really work. He ends up taking on more than he can handle. But he does his best. Of course, Shockwave underestimates the unpredictability of humans. You see that Soundwave here is based somewhat off his toy design. Soundwave went for a lot of redesigns throughout their comics, and even recolours. Went from blue to purple. And this is where the combiners started to be fully introduced. So we've got the Protectobots, the Stunticons, the Combaticons, the Aerobots. They were referred to as special teams. And Megatron and Shockwave at it once again. like a domestic quarrel all the time with them. Very different than what we got in the cartoons, where Shockwave being very obedient to Megatron. And this is a story that many people should recognise. To a power unknown. This is in one of the annuals we used to get in the 80s. Yeah, they're both pretty good volumes. When you think back to how the original Generation 1 was, it was largely inconsistent. But they were very experimenting a lot. So this is Lena Watts signing off on another 2 volumes. I will see about doing volume 5 and 6 soon. All done for now.